Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's devotion for June 17th. Today's devotion is titled Dancing Before the Lord, and the Bible reading is from Mark chapter 14, verses 1 to 9. Now the Passover and the festival of unleavened bread were only 2 days away, and the chief priests and the teachers of the law were scheming to arrest Jesus secretly and kill him. But not during the festival, they said, or the people may riot. While he was in Bethany, reclining at the table in the home of Simon the leper, a woman came with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume made of pure nard. She broke the jar and poured the perfume on his head. Some of those present were saying indignantly to one another, "Why this waste of perfume? It could have been sold for more than a year's wages and the money given to the poor." And they rebuked her harshly. "Leave her alone," said Jesus. "Why are you bothering her? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, and you can help them any time you want. But you will not always have me. She did what she could. She poured perfume on my body beforehand to prepare for my burial. Truly I tell you, wherever the gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will always be told in memory of her." A number of years ago, my wife and I visited a small church where during the worship service, a woman began to dance in the aisle. She was soon joined by others. Carolyn and I looked at each other, and an unspoken agreement passed between us. Not me. We come from church traditions that favor a serious liturgy, and this other form of worship was well beyond our comfort zone. But if Mark's story of Mary's waist means anything at all, it suggests that our love for Jesus may express itself in ways that others find uncomfortable. A year's wages were involved in Mary's anointing. It was an unwise act that invited the disciples' scorn. The word Mark uses to describe their reaction means to snort and suggests disdain and mockery. Mary may have cringed, fearing Jesus' response, but he commended her for her act of devotion and defended her against his own disciples. For Jesus saw the love that prompted her action despite what some would consider the impractical nature of it. He said, "Why are you bothering her? She has done a beautiful thing to me." Different forms of worship, informal, formal, quiet, exuberant, represent a sincere outpouring of love for Jesus. He's worthy of all worship that comes from a heart of love. Why do you think we're critical of unfamiliar forms of worship? How can we change our thoughts about a form of worship that's outside our comfort zone? Thank you for joining me for today's devotion, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.